We're here today at the Pine Bend Sanitary Landfill, not far from the Thomson Reuters legal headquarters location in Eagan, Minnesota. This is a story about how we are taking a new approach to recycling. Every day, the food service staff prepares meals for over 7,000 employees. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of food waste that goes with it. Trimmings from fruit, vegetables, leftover meats, it all used to go here. You might be surprised to learn where it's going now. Every morning, the kitchens for the Thomson Reuters legal cafeterias in Minnesota are a busy scene.
They're prepping entrees, salads, Mexican food, sushi, all the food we serve here.
But not all the food ends up on somebody's plate.
A lot of what we discard is just food waste. Lettuce trimmings, there's the seeds from peppers, there's cucumber skins, there's pineapple skins, pretty much all the fruit, the core from the tomatoes. That all goes into our pig buckets.
The what? Did he say pig buckets?
It goes to the pig farmers every day.
Yes, these buckets of food scraps don't go into the garbage. Instead, they'll be fed to pigs at several Minnesota farms. We'll show you that in a moment. So the question is, why?
We looked at the amount of actual food scraps that we were producing, and it came out to an estimated about 97,000 pounds annually. And we thought at that point it was a pretty good idea to take a look at that and see if we can redirect that to where it would be better fit.
We are making an effort to be more sustainable and just not clutter up the landfill.
Makes good business and environmental sense. So every weekday morning, the piles of food scraps are collected in the pig buckets.
When that's full, we'll take it downstairs on the dock.
Once the buckets are on the loading dock, they're in place to be picked up.
We have a truck that pulls up once a day. He takes the product, puts it in his truck, and brings it off to the local second harvest farms and processes it there.
So with the food scraps in the belly of a big truck, they're on the path to the bellies of hundreds of hungry pigs. So here we are at Second Harvest Farms near Isanti, Minnesota. About 80 acres, 700 or so hogs. Do you remember those food waste buckets we showed you earlier? Well, here's the end result. Kurt Johnson of Second Harvest Farms told us what they need to do to the food scraps before feeding them to the pigs.
Well, when it comes in here, it gets hooked up to the boiler system, and it's fed live steam through pipes straight into the truck. And you cook it up to 212, and you have to hold it there for 30 minutes. And then after it's cooked, you dump it, and then it has to cool down, and we usually feed it all that the next day.
It may not look pretty, but this form of slop serves a purpose, feeding 6,000 pigs on 5 farms, thanks to Thomson Reuters and more than 300 other clients, including businesses, restaurants, and schools.
By picking up somewhere between 100 to 200 tons, depending on the day, and what's going on.
That works out to an astounding 115,000 tons of food per year. It means Second Harvest doesn't have to spend its money on land to grow grain to feed the pigs instead. The program works so well for them and for their many clients that they've been doing this and making a difference for more than 70 years. The cost to the companies involved is about the same as if the food were just thrown away. But it's not about the money. While it may be an unconventional recycling method, it's through small steps like this, as a company and as a community, that Thomson Reuters can really see a difference in its environmental impact.
I feel good about it. I think it's one more step, and every day we'll just continue to make more steps.
And it shows that food waste doesn't have to go to waste.